out this evening to our meet and greet for the new Main Street manager by the name of Renee Coakley. My name is Artie Jones, and I'm the Economic Development Director here at the City of College Park. The Main Street program is in the Economic Development Department. We just had the city manager who just walked in, Terrence Moore, raising his hand back there.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
All right. I want to acknowledge the Main Street board members that are present this evening with us, and I'm going to start in the back with the Baptist, Mr. Brown, in the back. If you would raise your hand, Mr. Brown.
All right.
He's serving as the chairman this year of the College Park Main Street Association. We also have Mr. Army Perry here. He's raising his hand with the stripes on. We have Mr. Tom Carpenter also is here. And last but not least, we have Councilman Clay, Ambrose Clay, here sitting in the front. He is the councilman that represents Ward 1. And the Main Street organization, or at least half of it, happens to be within Ward number 1. And the other half is in Ward number 3, Councilman Wyatt. He was here earlier. I'm going to turn the time over to Councilman Ambrose Clay to say a few words about the Main Street organization, and he'll also introduce Ms. Coakley.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. I've been on council for 10 years, and I have been sitting in with the Main Street board probably for about 8 of those years. And we've gone through a lot of changes. We've gone through several Main Street managers. I have seen great changes on Main Street, especially in the last couple of years. In fact, one of the reasons I ran for a 3rd term on council, because we have gotten, in the city in general, 2 CIDs in place, community development organizations. We have a TAD that covers this area so that we can support business projects. And we have some people that have recognized the fact that probably 2 years ago was the best time to buy a house in College Park. They've been going up, and probably the same thing is true for a business. But we have had some significant development going up on the corner where the old dry cleaners used to be. That is being totally renovated, very expensive renovation. Several doors down, another expensive renovation going on. We have the Duck Club and Ronaldo's and several other really good restaurants. Up on the corner, we have the Corner Grill. If you like Louisiana food, the beignets are fantastic. So there's a lot of good things that have been happening to Main Street in the last couple of years. And I've had the pleasure of sitting on the board, but or not on the board, but as a sort of an ex officio, non-official member of the board. But I can tell you that I have not seen the qualifications for a Main Street manager so far that I have seen for Ms. Coakley. And she hails from down at the submarine base, right? On the Georgia coast, and has had a lot of experience. She served in a number of capacities. You've been an economic development person down there. You've been involved with Main Street program down there. And so far my dealing with her, she hitting the ground running. So with that brief introduction, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Coakley and let her talk about herself. Renee?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for welcoming me, Councilman Clay and city staff that are presented here. I have relocated to the area from St. Mary's, Georgia. I worked there, as Councilman Clay said. I thought he was going to read my speech for me. I worked for the city of St. Mary's for almost 12 years. And while in that capacity, I worked in the economic development department and also facilitated the Main Street program. So I'm very familiar with the Main Street program, and I bring to you that experience. I've worked with the Department of Community Affairs on several projects, some of those projects to include a large seminar that we held in our city, and it was a planning process that I was a part of, and it entailed creatively locating spaces to house the meetings for hundreds of people that came to our area. We utilized several churches, we utilized the elementary school there, we utilized a restaurant in our downtown that had a big meeting space that we could use. So it was a creative structure that we put together, and the culmination of the event, we actually voted the group of people that were interested in going to Cumberland Island and had a dinner prepared for them at Plum Orchard. So that was a large undertaking because we had to both the wait staff, the food, the alcohol, everything over to the island. Everyone had a wonderful time, and we looked like we knew what we were doing. So that was one of the creative projects that I worked on. Some other things that I worked on while I was at the City of St. Mary's was a wayfinding project. That was a project that was started the year that I was hired in 2006, and it did not culminate until 2017. And that project itself taught me that sometimes economic development projects take a little bit longer than we expect, but patience is part of that process. So that's what I'm asking for in this position, is a little bit of patience as we work through some of the issues that may be issues to some persons and may not be issues to other people, but we see things in different eyes, and as we work together and see things, then we can attack those areas as a collective group and make College Park shine. So another project that I was involved in right before I moved from the City of St. Mary's, the city was taking on a streetscape project. And when I moved to this area, I was excited to see that the City of College Park had already taken on that initiative to improve their footprint, to beautify the area for visitors as well as people that live in the area. And that's a step forward, showing that we are forward thinking and we're excited about where we live, and we want to do things to keep that area flowing. Some goals that I have for this position are to continue to form relationships with business owners that are here, business owners that may be absent from the area and just need to be reminded that maybe their awnings are falling off the buildings, or if they're not here to see it every day, then we're the eyes, and we see what's going on while they're not here. So just to keep those things going and help the city to look its best. So that is one of my goals. Another goal is to create partnerships with local communities to work on events and other business plans that we want to bring here for the area, things that may be successes in other areas that we may be able to incorporate in College Park to help us move our program further. And then lastly, something that we're looking to, our economic development team is looking at creating a small business development loan. So that's something that I'm working on and being tasked to work on as well. And that's going to be a program, if approved by council, that's going to give a boost to small business owners. A loan from maybe $5,000 to $50,000, just to give a little helping hand if they need it for whatever issues. It will come with stipulations, to utilize the funds, but it's a program that we're hoping to kick off in the near future. So that's a little spill about what I plan to do. And the door's mostly open. Come knocking. If I'm back in the back somewhere, to just knock and come share your vision with me. One of the owners from Club E came today and came with some ideas, and we just sat down and talked them over. I made some notes, and hopefully we can attack those things in the near future. And like I said, so there's we've had a visitor here. He's coming and talked to me about his business alarm system. So anytime you're in the area, just come by and have a conversation. If you see something that needs to be done in the Main Street area or Virginia Avenue, I'm always willing to listen and do whatever I need to do to get these issues tackled. So, any questions for me?
Not briefly welcome, just support sentiments as offered by Councilman Clay. Your background and experience, first rate, first class. We had an opportunity to interact with you. And ladies and gentlemen, she's constantly smiling and upbeat and positive on a very consistent basis. I used to think to myself, she thinks I'm a very humorous guy, or she's just that happy all the time. I think it's the latter. So don't consider yourself a very good comedian or anything like that when you interact with Renee. So she's just happy, bubbly, and upbeat all the time, and that's a very nice presence. So thank you.
Thank you. Just a little bit of a little precursor. I was in a car accident in the midst of getting this job.
And I had a lot of fun with you when you were on your way in there.
And when I came in, I was on crutches. I'm not on crutches anymore. And so it's been a challenge. And for me, me coming here on those crutches proves to you all that I'm willing to do what it takes to get the job done. So that's the kind of attitude that I have. I went through rehabilitation for 4 weeks, and I had the same smile on the whole 4 weeks, and I have proof to back it up. So
Well, we can vouch for you to that effect, right? So-
thank you.